Hi, friends. This is your friendly neighborhood spiritual counselor and Cosmic Heart, Linda. As always, we will start our Cosmic Heart session with a prayer. Placing hands on heart, taking that deep cleansing breath with our eyes closed if it is safe and comfortable for you to do. We're so grateful and thankful to be the two or more who are gathered in the name and the nature of love. Grateful and thankful for our willingness to reclaim our true identity, which is perfect, unconditional love. Grateful for our mighty companions, our earthly and heavenly helpers. We ask that they join us now, surrounding and supporting, blessing all who are here, all who may listen later, guiding us through this session today as we sit for just a moment in silence to set our intentions for our session. With our intention set lightly in our open hearts and open minds, we are grateful to be good receivers of the all good, and we are claiming it for ourselves now, and we are grateful to share the benefits of everything that we receive, all that we are, with Mother Earth and all her beings, because we are one. In grace and divine gratitude, we let it be, and so it is. Amen. So again, I'm just trusting that you were brought to this video today because there's something in it for you to hear that will be helpful, even if it might be challenging. Just know that it's coming from a place of love and only love. And today we are actually going to be talking about something that one of our members suggested as a topic. And the suggestion is for me to talk about that there is no order of difficulty in challenges or in miracles. And A Course in Miracles talks about there is no order of difficulty in miracles. And I'm just going to bring up some things that I read about in Course in Miracles, and you can look these up and find them for yourselves. All miracles are the same in essence, regardless of the perceived magnitude or complexity. There is no distinction between easy miracles and difficult miracles. They are all equally expressions of love and emanate from the same source. One miracle is not inherently harder or bigger than another because they are all reflections of the same truth, and that is the expansion of love or expansion into love. Miracles transcend perception. The perceived differences and difficulties are a production of our ego's perception, which is based on duality and separation. The focus is not on the miracle itself, but on its source, which is beyond human evaluation. So, Course talks mostly about there are no levels or orders of difficulty in miracles. And I would expand that to say there are no levels or orders of difficulty in challenges either. I'm just saying that because I've known that in my heart for a long time, but it seems to be exceptionally important for me to remember and for me to remind others right now during this time while I'm grieving the absence of the physical presence of my husband, who passed 12 days ago now. And So I was talking to a friend, and she was telling me about some difficulties that she was having with um, some plumbing issues in her home, and she couldn't get the plumber to come back to the house to figure out what was going on with the thing that he was supposed to have already fixed, but it's still not fixed. And some other little things that were happening in her world that I could tell she was like hesitant to talk to me about that or even bring them up. And what I know from my own experience is that as children, many of us were, when we would bring up things that were challenging us as children, our adult supervisors, parents, babysitters, whoever, guardians, would often kind of like shoo us off because our difficulties were not as big or important as what they were dealing with. The fact that Johnny stole my toy may not be the same as I don't know if I'm going to have enough money in my checking account to pay our mortgage this month, so that may seem like a normal thing to do. And I know that I probably have done it myself as a parent. And believe me, I have apologized to my son on many occasions for any and all of my shortcomings. And I will continue to do so. But what a child learns from that and what we take with us into our adulthood then is that what we are experiencing isn't important, and we don't deserve to be heard or witnessed or validated. That's the word I was looking for. Validated in our suffering, in our challenges. And if we remember that all suffering, that the only suffering that there truly is our perception of what suffering, of what is happening around us. It's just our perception of, and our judgments and our thoughts and opinions about what is happening around us. That is what brings the suffering on. But the more compassionate, loving way to express to someone when they're suffering is to listen with love and compassion and tenderness. And you wouldn't go up to a grieving widow, no matter what religion you are, and say, well, they aren't a body anyways, or they're really not gone, that their spirit lives on, or I remember hearing somebody say, I'm praying that they're not spending too much time in purgatory. And none of those things are helpful. In my experience as a counselor, the thing that is most helpful is to listen with a compassionate ear. And a lot of times it's not to say anything, but I'm sorry, and I'm here for you, and I love you, and maybe to give a hug if that is something that they are open for. So what I've learned in the past several years doing all of this inner work is that it's my responsibility to reparent that part of myself that believed that my difficulties were not valid or important enough to be expressed, and that I didn't deserve time and attention, the same kind of time and attention that I would absolutely give to somebody else that I loved. It it's a practice. It's a real practice that takes some dedication and devotion to even being able to speak what it is you would like sometimes. I remember when I first started in Jennifer Hadley's Masterful Living classes um, in 2013. And one of the exercises she would have us do is make a list of things starting with I'd like. I'd like this, I'd like that, I'd like, whatever. And it can be as materialistic as I'd like a new car, or it can be I'd like world peace. But what I found in the earlier days is that I had a hard time coming up with almost anything to put on that list beyond world peace and maybe a new car because my car's 15 years old. Because I was so used to not paying attention to the things that I wanted, needed, would like, let alone what the deep desires of my heart were, because I was trained that it wasn't important. And asking for things may not seem like a spiritual thing to do. And I'm not saying like manifesting is bad or wrong, because it can be completely turned into like a consumerism, materialistic practice. So that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm really talking about is even the ability to know what it is that you would like and to express it and to let the universe know that you are open and available to receive it. So when I pray, I don't typically pray asking for anything in particular, because I am not an omniscient being that can see in all directions of time and space. And I don't know the purpose or meaning of anything. I just know what my thoughts, opinions, and beliefs are about things. And so I mostly my prayers are of gratitude for everything that I'm already receiving, and all of the things that are not quite in my awareness yet that I know I am going to receive, that's already on its way to me. And another practice that I do is writing a list of what I'd like, and the deep desires of my heart. And in my experience of practicing that, things show up. Things show up as I am willing to lift my vibration to receive them. Things show up. So in my friend's case that posed the question regarding no order of difficulty in challenges or miracles, the deep desire of her heart is to have her plumbing issues easily and effortlessly taken care of. And then letting go of how that has to happen. Because I can see how in my thought, it would be that plumber that supposedly fixed it the first time has to be the answer to this prayer. And that may not be the case. And if you're listening, the person that asked this question, that just came to me, or I would have mentioned it to you the other day. And I can say that too, because I recently had a conversation with somebody that I was not really looking forward to. I had to kind of pump myself up to make that phone call. But I had an expectation of how that conversation was going to go. And when it didn't go that way, after I hung up, I laughed out loud to myself. Like if anybody would have been watching, they would have thought I was a little on the loony side, because I could see how my ego had been setting it up, that I was going to be made right in my thoughts and beliefs and opinions about what the other person was thinking or feeling or should be thinking and feeling. And it didn't go that way at all, but it went really well. So I'm happy with that. Yeah. So again, it comes back to practice. Practice being grateful. Practice writing down what it is you would like. Practice writing down the tiny little miracles that happen in every single day, because there are so many that we just don't even notice. The more you open your awareness to what is happening for you, the more your vibrational level is open to receive more of that and then some. So I hope that was helpful, especially for the person that asked for the topic. Just asking if there's anything else. No, I don't think that there is. Okay. So if you found this video helpful and would like to go further or deeper with me, you can work one-on-one with me. Just leave a comment below this video. Counseling sessions are 45 to 60 minutes long and cost $100. I can share more details with you when you reach out in the comments for your appointment. So again, do all the YouTube things, share the video with family and friends that you think it might support. Send me your feedback or suggestions for future topics, and be sure to like, subscribe, hit that bell to receive notifications when new videos are available. Thanks again for your time and attention today. Much love. Stay true to your own cosmic heart. Bye for now.